Hey YouTube, I am making this video because I am about to embark on a journey that I don't know if I'm ready for, but I'm going to do it because it's necessary. It's during the quarantine. It is May 29th today, and as you can see, I have Sisterlocks. I got mine installed December 2019, and my son, he got Brother Locks right before the quarantine. And next up was my daughter. We were definitely going to be a loving and locked family, but her appointment was canceled. Now, my daughter has really thick hair, 4C hair, about 12 to 14 inches, different places. So it was going to be a lot financially, but I love my hair. My son loves his, and she loves our hair. And I definitely want her to be able to be a part of that journey, and I know she would just love it. It's just so beautiful. I know it, especially with her hair. So since everything happened, I had to push that off. And then the shop started to open back up recently. But I've been very on top of it during this. They stay home. If I have to go to the store, I usually do delivery services, but if I have to go to the store, they are not with me. If they go somewhere with us, they stay in the car with Dad or in the car with me. Just no. And I do not feel comfortable, even though everything is opening back up, I don't feel comfortable taking her. And she's a competitive swimmer, and so is my son. So being out of the water is actually good to have locks installed, because when they do go back to swimming, I'm going to have to braid and band all the time with their caps on. So I always put 2 caps on them, and only the perimeter gets wet. So we're going to have to still do that, but her locks really should be installed because the swim season is still on hold. So while it's on hold, it can lock, it can just start that process. And I have, again, 4C texture, really thick. I have over 550 locks in my head, and I know she will have a lot. I am not going to do test locks. I am not a professional. I watched a lot of videos. I'm extra. I'm a Virgo. I'm going to make sure hers are done very well because I'm her mom. No, will not be like a professional who went to school for it, but I took my time and did a lot of research. I bought some tools online, and I'll put those in the video. Put those under the description under the description of the video, so you can see where I received the tools from and the videos that I referenced to learn how to do this. And we're going to get it going tomorrow, Saturday, May 30th. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm going to start with a grid. I'm going to make sure her hair is clean, and I'm going to use the tools that I purchased. So, go. I measured to make sure each part on each side is about 3.5 on this side, then 3.5 on that side to make sure they are even and the grid lines are together to make sure that they are even on each side. I did that for each side, each little part. I'm doing 1/4 inch parts all around her perimeter, edges, and the side here around the perimeter are 1/8 inch parts, so they are smaller. I purchased this off Amazon, and this would be the 1/8 part, and then this is the 1/4. So for this row, 1/4. So that's the correct size. I part out 2 rows at a time. And since I've already done it down this way, the next row should be pretty even to maintain that. And then I have all of these little bitty clips around to keep any stray hairs out, because if they get in while I'm interlocking it or microlocking it or using the tool, then it's hard to get out and it create a knot. Okay, and I'm gonna do this one right here. And yes, they do get in the way, but it's better than trying to pull out the little strands of hair. So I'm gonna start with this tool. I got this from London Locs, and it's like a little clip, a hook. So you're taking the end of her hair, and I come down maybe about 1.5 inches. So a little bit is left off. I hook it on and I wrap it 3 times. Around the edges, you may want to wrap it a little bit more if it's thinner. I'm going in. So the 4-point rotation is 9, 6, 3, 12, and it's the way that you enter. Her hair is really thick, and I have Sisterlocks, and that's the rotation used on mine. If you have thinner hair and the locks may come out, you would do the clockwise, which is 3, 6, 9, 12. But again, I'm doing the counter because her hair is thicker and it's just like mine, and mine did not come out. Entering in 9, pulling all the way up. You're pulling the hair out. Coming down under 6, pulling all the way up. You're pulling out, pulling the hair. Entering into the 3, all the way up, pulling out, and then 12. Starting at the root, pulling the hair through all the way, and you're trying to make sure it's tight so there's no gaps in between the locks, in between the rows. So again, I'm gonna do it a little faster. 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12. And you gotta make sure you see how the hair can get raveled up. If that ever happens, you come down to the end and pull, since this little piece is hanging out. 9, 6, 3, 12. And I don't say that the whole time, but I do count. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So say if I'm doing it 1, 2, and something happened, if it falls out, I know last thing I said was 2. This is just in my inner clock. So then 3, 4. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, but the rotation is the 9, 6, 3, 12. And at the end, I'll show you what I was done differently to make sure it's a neater finish. And I always try to end, and I always, not try to, but I always end on 12. So I'm getting close to the end. You want to make sure you're pulling all the way up. 2, 3, 4. Now this tool can't go all the way to the roots, so I purchased an additional tool. Right here, I have the links to both of these. This one gets down under to the roots, and this is what I will use to retighten her hair. Now I'm doing the same start. Loop it in. I'm doing 9. Pulling through. Now don't pull all the way through like I just did, but it stays in. 9, 6, 3, and ending on 12. And you pull it so there's no knot at the end. And this is the full lock.